Let's go ahead and call this meeting to order, and we'll start with our invocation and our pledge of allegiance.
Let's bow our heads, please. Heavenly Father, we pray for our city officials and that we have an agenda that is healthy, Lord. We thank you for the ability to use our minds, to recognize your will, and to work together to have a strong and healthy community. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Carrillo?
Yes, Mayor, Council. I'd like to present to you Mr. Andrew Cannon, who is here with us today to accept the proclamation, along with Mr. Robert Toney, and I believe there's some other individuals that are with us today. The proclamation reads as follows: whereas motorcycle riding is a popular form of recreation and transportation for thousands of people across the state and nation, whereas motorcycles are a common and economical means of transportation that reduces fuel consumption and road wear and contributes in a significant way to the relief of traffic and parking congestion, whereas the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Motorcycle Safety Foundation have named May as Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month, whereas states and motorcycle organizations across this country will be conducting a variety of activities to promote the importance of motorist awareness and safety sharing the road with motorcycles and remind riders to make themselves more visible to others. Whereas the City of Mission wishes to promote the safety campaign of the National Traffic Safety Administration in their effort to ensure the safety and well-being of all. Whereas all highway users should unite in the safe sharing of roadways throughout the City of Mission, Hidalgo County, and American Biker Association with all others on the roadway. Now therefore, we, the City Council of the City of Mission, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2018 as Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month and urge all motor vehicle operators to join in this effort to keep our highways safe. Proclaimed on this the 23rd day of April, 2018.
Do we need a motion to approve the proclamation?
Move to second.
We do have a motion and a second to go ahead and approve the Motorcycle Awareness Month. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries.
Thank you.
We do have a proclamation.
Good afternoon, Mayor, council members, Mr. Garza. It's good to be here this evening in a different capacity than I usually visit with y'all on. As an avid motorcycle rider, I want to say how much we appreciate this. You do this annually for us, Mayor. I know that safety across the region is important to you, and we really appreciate that. In Texas, on average, we lose one motorcyclist a day, and that's pretty alarming. So whatever we can do to raise more awareness to that in our professional capacities and in our pastimes and with our clubs that we ride with is very important, so we really appreciate your support. If you don't mind, I would like to plug that on May 5th, we will be having a large motorcycle awareness ride that will depart from the Travel Center in Harlingen and come down Interstate 2 to I-69C to McCook. It is going to be an escorted ride. We're doing this in partnership with TxDOT. TxDOT has been a big help to us. Octavio Signs over there and the district engineer, Pete, they've all given us a tremendous hand with this, and a lot of sponsors throughout the area because they want to help us raise awareness. If I could also just, and I understand Mr. Garza understands the importance of it, whatever we can do on the side, if I may be so humble to ask for enforcement. Enforcement on the distracted driver laws that we have. It's nothing on a regular basis, unfortunately, on a motorcycle. I guess you were more open to be able to see it. But you can see a lot of people who are just face down in cell phones, and it's really alarming when you're next to them at lights or when you're behind them and you see it and they're not going through an intersection, or you have to pause at a green light and surely not go through when you're the first vehicle because you just know somebody's going to run that light. So whatever we can do in that way of enforcement, I know it's a difficult task, but we would definitely support that because just far too much And one life a day on a motorcycle is just too much to lose out there on the highways. I don't know too many other statistics that high, and it's alarming, and it is something we can do something about. So I appreciate your support. I'm going to turn this over to my brother Robert Tony with Bikers for Christ to say something, but we do appreciate y'all doing this for us on an annual basis, and thank you.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.
Guys, I won't take much of your time. I just do want to say thank you for helping to bring some awareness. Yesterday morning, I had to, or I got to, go visit with the widow of Jesse Casca. He was killed Thursday night. And gave her this book. It's a book where we get our comfort and our strength. And you know, bikers have a kind of a special heart and a special relationship with the officers on the street. They have a dangerous job, a tough job, and they're always there for us. And if this officer would let me, I'd like to present him with a token of appreciation.
We do have a proclamation to present. Andrew and Tony, we want to thank you for all the efforts on the awareness that you all bring to our community, so we appreciate that. I know we have a great group of police officers that truly enforce and care for our community, and the chief does as well, and so we appreciate you partnering up with the Mission Police Department. Again, thank you, and we'd like to see if we can take a picture with the mayor and the council.
Thank you.
Up here in the front.
Up here, right? Yes. I think so, yeah, so we don't get the...
Okay. Thank you.
Next item. Mr. Acevedo.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. With us here today are Virgil Gonzalez, Eliab Sanchez, J.D. Vela, Arturo Lerma, and Gilbert Sanchez. These are the individuals responsible for the following proclamation. The proclamation reads as follows: whereas the City of Mission is committed to recognizing our growth and strength depends on the safety and economic value of our homes, buildings, and infrastructure that serve our citizens both in everyday life and in times of a natural disaster. And whereas our confidence in the structural integrity of these buildings that make up our community is achieved through the devotion of vigilant guardians, building safety and fire prevention officials, architects, engineers, builders, tradespeople, design professionals, laborers, and others in the construction industry who work year-round to ensure the safe construction of buildings. And whereas these guardians are dedicated members of the International Code Council, a U.S.-based organization that brings together local, state, and federal officials that are experts in the built environment to create and implement the highest quality codes, which are the most widely adopted building safety and fire prevention codes in the nation. These modern building codes include safeguards to protect the public from natural disasters such as hurricanes, snowstorms, tornadoes, wildfires, floods, and earthquakes, to protect us in the buildings we live, learn, work, worship, play, and where the building code saves lives. The theme for the Building Safety Month 2018 encourages all Americans to raise awareness of the importance of building safe and resilient construction, fire prevention, disaster mitigation, and new technologies in the construction industry. Building Safety Month 2018 encourages appropriate steps everyone can take to ensure that the places that we live, learn, work, worship, and play are safe, and recognizes that countless lives have been saved due to the implementation of safety codes by local and state agencies. And now, therefore, we, the City Council of the City of Mission, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2018 as Building Safety Month, and encourage our citizens to join with their communities in participation in Building Safety Month activities proclaimed on this 23rd day of April 2018. Mayor and Council, this staff that we have here today present, I'd like them to come forward, is responsible for all the construction that gets built in Mission, whether residential, commercial, institutional for our schools. These are the staff that we have hired to make sure that everything gets built to the highest standards.
Do you need a motion to approve proclamation?
Move to approve.
Second.
Do I have a motion and a second to go ahead and approve the proclamation on the Building and Safety Month? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Yes, motion carries. We do have a proclamation.
Ivan, you want to join us up here? Okay, I was told that the picture looks better from behind
Oh,
over here,
okay.
so...
It has really bad Wi-Fi here. The photographer.
Okay. Here we go. Thank you, guys. Jack, when we can you go this? Okay. No me gusta igual. No, you compro. Chief Dominguez?
Good afternoon, Mayor, City Council. With me today is Lieutenant Jody Tero and Lieutenant David Mesa. We're here on behalf of the families of the Avila family and Florencio Velasco family for recognition for National Police Week. The proclamation reads as follows. Whereas the Congress and President of the United States have designated May 15th as Peace Officer Memorial Day and the week in which it falls as Police Week, and whereas the members of the Mission Police Department play an essential role in safeguarding the rights and freedoms of the citizens of Mission, Texas. And whereas it is important that all citizens know and understand the problems, duties, and responsibilities of the police department, and that members of our police department recognize their duty to serve the people by safeguarding life and property, by protecting them against violence or disorder, and by protecting the innocent against deception and the weak against oppression or intimidation. Now therefore, we, the City Council of the City Mission, do hereby proclaim the week of May 13th through the 19th, 2018 as National Police Week, and call upon all citizens of Mission and all patriotic, civic, and educational organizations to observe the week of May 13th through May 19, 2018 as Police Week with the appropriate ceremonies in which all of our people may join in commemorating police officers past and present, who by their faithful and loyal devotion to their responsibilities have rendered a dedicated service to their communities, and in doing so have established for themselves an inevitable and enduring reputation for preserving the rights and security of all citizens. I further call upon all citizens of the City of Mission to observe Monday, May the 14th, 2018, as Peace Officer Memorial Day in Mission, Texas, to honor those peace officers who, through their courageous deeds, have lost their lives or have become disabled in the performance of duty. Proclaimed on this, the 23rd day of April, 2018.
Move for approval.
We do have a motion and a second to go ahead and approve. That should all for this week. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries.
Mayor, City Council, I also wanted to invite all of you and the general public here with us today for our police and fire department memorial ceremonies, which will take place at the police department on Monday, the 14th at 9 o'clock in the morning. We would appreciate your presence there that day. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Chief?
You gonna take a picture?
Picture, Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Good job, Mr. Thank you very much.
Yes.
14.
I saw your mommy this weekend. I saw your mommy in my car.
So we have a presentation of the Behavioral Health Awareness Initiative.
Yes, Mr. Mayor and City Council, I wanted to present to you a behavioral health awareness initiative started at the Mission Police Department actually today. We put it up on the city website and also on the Mission Police Department website. This behavioral health awareness initiative is designed for the citizens of our community. There's unfortunately a lot of citizens in our community that have loved ones that have suffered from mental illness. This program is designed to extract information on that loved one. So upon the response of the police department, upon receiving a call for service, and obviously addressing a mental health issue, that information on that individual is readily available where the police dispatcher is now typing that information into the laptop system of those responding officers to that particular call for service. That will give that officer or the officers responding that valuable information they need before they get to the home, so they can know ahead of time what mental condition this person suffers from, what type of medication he's on, his medical doctors and his psychiatrist. Therefore, the officer can make more of an informed decision when they get to the scene. I think this is a good program to obviously, again, reaching out to the community with different programs and trying to address obviously the different aspects that we deal with every day, but unfortunately these are some of the things, and as our population is growing, so does that population. We have to deal with a lot of the mentally ill people in our community. And obviously I think this is a positive step forward for our organization in, again, providing that important and valuable service to our community. And I just wanted to brief you on it and know that it has been implemented, and we look forward to serving our citizens again with this great program. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Chief.
No action on this item?
No, sir. This is just a...
Item 7, Chamber of Commerce report.
Good afternoon, Mayor, City Council. I'll begin with recent events. On Tuesday, April 10th, our Chamber Foundation awarded 5 scholarships to students from Sharyland ISD and Mission ISD. We had a nice award reception for them, and this took place at the Loretto Bistro, as some of y'all were able to attend. On Monday, April 16th, we hosted a member spotlight mixer with the Upper Valley Art League at the Chamber of Commerce. Overall, we had 35 people in attendance for this mixer. On April 19th, we hosted a ribbon cutting for Hot Yoga Studio at their location off of Sherry Road. Overall, we had approximately 50 people in attendance for this event. On April 20th, we hosted a ribbon cutting for Gingerbread House Learning Center. This is their second location, and we had approximately about 30 people in attendance for this ribbon cutting. In terms of upcoming events, we're hosting a workshop tomorrow titled What's Behind the Numbers, focusing on financial statements. The workshop is free to attend and will be hosted at the Chamber of Commerce from 10 a.m. until noon. On Thursday, May 3rd, we will be hosting a member spotlight mixer with our member Von Foss from 5:30 to 7:30. The address that this will be taking place will be 3300 West Expressway 83, Suite 1240 in McAllen, Texas. On May 4th, we will be hosting a Facebook Ads workshop at the Chamber of Commerce from 10 a.m. until noon, and the workshop is free to attend. On Monday, May 7th, we're hosting a ribbon cutting for one of our newest members, Mail Fast, from 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. The event will take place at their location, which is 215 North Conway, Suite A in Mission, Texas. On Tuesday, May 8th, we're hosting a grand opening ribbon cutting for Tortilleria La Heria from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m., and the event will take place at their location, which is 1612 North Conway, Mission, Texas. On Thursday, May 10th, we're hosting our third Buenas Tardes luncheon of 2018 with Vince Young, former NFL quarterback and UT alum. The event will take place from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m., and it will take place here at the Mission Event Center. On Friday, May 18th, we're hosting our next Coffee Connections at the Loretto Bistro from 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m., and the event will take place at 1233 East Griffin Parkway in Mission, Texas. On May 22nd, we're hosting a workshop titled The Intentional Entrepreneur in partnership with the UTRGV Small Business Development Center from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. The event will take place at the Chamber of Commerce, and the cost to attend the workshop is $49 per person to cover materials. On May 23rd, we're hosting a grand opening ribbon cutting for Mission Valley Nursing and Transitional Care from 4:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., and the event will take place at their location, which is 1200 South Bryan Road in Mission, Texas. And then lastly on today's agenda is we're hosting a member spotlight mixer on May 24th with Hawthorne Suites by Wyndham from 6 to 8 p.m., and the event will take place at their location, which is 4801 West Expressway 83 in McAllen, Texas. Any questions?
Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next item is our department reports are in your packet. If you all have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. We can answer any questions that you might have. If not, I did a motion to approve the department reports.
So moved, Mayor.
We do have a motion and a second to go ahead and approve the reports are in your packet. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. Item 9, citizen participation. Do we have anybody from the audience who would like to address the council? Anybody from the audience that might want to address the council? If not, we are going to go into our public hearings, and we'll start with our item 1.1A.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Item 1.1A is a public hearing for preliminary and final plat approval. This is a replat of lots 1 through 14, Adams Crossing subdivision. The property is zoned C3 General Commercial. The developers Jose Chanin and the engineers South Texas Infrastructure Group. On April 11, 2018, the Planning and Zoning Commission held a public hearing to consider this preliminary and final plat approval for the replat of lots 1 through 14, Adams Crossing subdivision. The proposed replat is located at the northwest corner of Taylor Road and Griffin Parkway, FM 495. This is an existing plaza that consists of 14 lots, and typically we see it the other way around where you have a few lots and they want more lots. But in this case, the developer wants to consolidate it from 14 lots to 2 lots. All the utilities are in place, the storm drainage and the streets are already existing. Everything is meeting code. There was no opposition during the P&Z meeting. The board unanimously recommended approval. Staff is recommending approval, as is our city manager. This is a public hearing. Item 1.1A is now before you.
Anybody in favor or against this request? Anybody in the audience that might be in favor or against this request or might have a concern?
I have a quick question. I made the lots 15 through, I guess, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Are those not affected in any way?
No, the lots to the north are multifamily lots, and those are not being replatted at this time. The only ones that are in question or for consideration are the ones in the front, the commercial lots.
But it's just one subdivision, right?
It's just one subdivision,
I mean,
yes.
it's one but including the lots on the north side. Isn't that the one Adams Crossing, that's just one through 18 lots, right?
It's 1 through 18, yes.
It's not going to affect the...
It's not going to affect the remaining 15 through 18. Those are going to remain with the same
For the
numbers.
same numbers, okay.
Yes.
Alrighty. I'll move for approval.
Second.
We do have a motion and a second to go ahead and approve the request. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. Next item is disposition of minutes. We have a meeting that we had at the city council meeting on April the 9th of 2018. We do have to approve the minutes that we had on that date.
Mayor, I move for approval.
Second.
We do have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of April the 9th. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Yes, motion carries. We also need to acknowledge the minutes that we had for certain board members, certain boards, zoning board of adjustments, that we had a meeting on February 21st, planning and zoning commission on March the February the 28th, and March the 14th. Mission Civil Service Commission had one on March the 8th. Citizens Advisory Committee had a special meeting on March the 20th. Spear Memorial Library, they had their meeting on March the 20th. The Cherry Golf Course Advisory Board had their meeting on March the 6th of 2018. We do need a motion to acknowledge the minutes that those people had on those certain days of their board meetings.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We do have a motion and a second to approve acknowledge the minutes. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. 4.1, Mr. Acevedo.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Item 4.1 is a homestead exemption variance, being a 2.36 acre tract of land out of the northeast half of lot 28-4 West Edition of Shoreline subdivision. The property is zoned AOI and the applicant is Sergio Fonseca. On April 11, 2018, the Planning and Zoning Commission held a public hearing to consider this homestead exemption variance request. The tract is located 300 feet south of Mile 2 Road along the west side of Holland Road. The applicant desires to construct his single-family residence thereon. And if you recall, on November 10, 2014, the City Council passed the homestead exemption variance ordinance, which allows for homesteads to be granted various waivers of the city's subdivision requirements if and only if the lot being proposed is for the applicant's single-family home. In this case, it is. With regards to water, the applicant is proposing to connect to an existing 12-inch water line that's located along the west side of Holland Road. With regards to sewer, the applicant is going to connect to a 10-inch sanitary sewer line along the east side of Holland Road. And the capital sewer recovery fee is also waived via the homestead exemption variance. With regards to street and storm drainage, this property does have frontage to Holland Road, which has an 80-foot future right-of-way, so the applicant will need to dedicate 20 feet of additional right-of-way. This was explained to him, and he's receptive to giving up those additional 20 feet of right-of-way. Drainage will be on-site. There was no public opposition during the P&Z meeting. The board unanimously recommended approval. Staff is recommending approval, subject to the dedication of 20 feet of additional right-of-way along Holland Road and compliance with the homestead exemption variance requirements, which require the recording of an affidavit. Our city manager is also recommending approval. Item 4.1 is now before you.
This is
I move for approval as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to go ahead and approve the homestead exemption variance. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Yes, motion carries.
Thank you.
4.2, Mr. Pettis.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Council. Item 4.2 is a reclassification of utility accounts for the second quarter of 2016. Attached for your review is the approval is the summary of utility accounts receivable to be reclassified for the amount of $16,942. These amounts are for the 3 months period from April through June of 2016. Staff recommendation is approval of reclassifying the utility accounts.
So move, Mayor.
Second.
We do have a motion to reclassify utility account, and that's the correct account of $16,942. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. Item 4.3.
Item 4.3 is approval, request for approval of resolution for the City of Mission of Texas finding the AEP Texas Central Company application for approval of distribution cost recovery factor to increase distribution rates within the city should be denied. On April the 3rd, 2018, AEP filed with the city an application to amend the distribution cost recovery factor, seeking to increase electric distribution rates by approximately $3.1 million and approximate $800,000 decrease from the central division. This resolution authorizes the city to join with other cities served by AEP to include retaining the law firm of Lloyd Grosslink and Consultants to evaluate the filing, determine whether filing complies with law and is lawful to determine the further strategy, including state settlements to pursue. The staff recommendation at this time is the approval of this resolution.
The resolution is 1543.
Yes, sir.
We do need a motion to approve that resolution.
So move, Mayor.
Second.
We do have a motion and a second to approve resolution 1543. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. Item 4.4, Mr. Sanchez.
Mayor and Council, item 4.4, authorization to apply for the 2017 Staffing Adequate Fire and Emergency Response Grant Program for the Mission Fire Department. The fire department will be applying for 9 firefighters. There is a cost share of 25% incurred in each of the first and second years. The 65% in the third year of the grant. Staff and city manager recommend approval.
So move, Mayor.
Second.
We do have a motion and a second to go ahead and approve the authorization to apply for the 2017 Staffing Adequate Fire Department Emergency Response. For the staffing, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. Item 4.5.
Item 4.5, authorization to apply for the Office of Governor's Homeland Security Grant Division Rider 30, First Responders Grant Program for the Mission Fire Department. It's to provide financial assistance to first responder agencies in replacement of damaged equipment related to border security activities. The grant period is no more than 12 months. There is no catch match required for this grant. Staff and city manager recommend approval.
Move for approval.
Mayor. Second.
We have a motion and a second to go ahead and approve the authorization to apply for the Office of the Governor's Homeland Security Grant. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. Item 4.6.
Yes, Mayor, Council, item 4.6 would be approval of a resolution. It would be Resolution 1544, opposing the citizenship question in the 2020 census. The County of Hidalgo has requested for the cities that are located in the county to approve a resolution opposing the citizenship question on the questionnaire. It's felt that it will deter residents from responding and negatively affect our congressional, state, and local representation, as well as funding for programs and infrastructure vital for our continued community's development. Staff and city manager recommend approval.
Okay, what is this all about?
What it is, Mayor, is on the 2020 census, the question of citizenship, if you're a United States citizen, has not been a question for, I don't know how many years. I mean, and now they have decided to put, are you a citizen of the United States? So what this resolution is opposing that question to be added, because then we feel that we're going to be severely undercounted. Because a lot of people are going to think, well, this is more finding to see if, I'm here illegal or not. So this is just saying that you don't, not to add that question to the census.
You're not going to add that question to the census.
Right now, they are, so this is in opposition for them to remove that question from the census, because they have already said they are going to add it.
Anna, who's the lead agency that's promoting this resolution?
Well, the one for this resolution, Hidalgo County has taken on this one, but all the different counties in the state of Texas are doing the same thing because they feel they're going to be severely undercounted because of that question.
Exactly.
Yes, sir. So this is that way we can send this, to our senators and our congressmen that we feel that this question needs to be removed.
Further, and we should oppose it because we're going to lose money. When you lose population, you lose money from our CDBGs and schools.
Correct.
So this is in opposition, so, okay.
In opposition,
So we
yes,
need a
sir.
motion to approve Resolution 1544.
Second.
We do have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. 4.4,
147.
Good afternoon, Mayor and City Council. I come before you to present item 4.7, change order number 3 for installation of traffic signals at the newly constructed intersection of Inspiration Road and Mile 2. This change order also includes extra items of quantities of work, which are concrete driveways and mailboxes. The City of Mission hired a consultant to perform traffic signal warrant study, which determined that a traffic signal is warranted at this intersection. TXDOT concurred with the study. This change order also requests additional quantities for concrete driveways and mailboxes. The total amount of the change order is $183,134.95, which is 2.6% of the original contract amount, which the city will only pay $4,395.39, which is a 2.4% city share as per the AFA with TXDOT. Staff and city manager recommends approval.
Move for approval.
okay, what's this 183 for? After the project is done, you still owe $183,000 to the project?
No, Mayor, the plans call for a four-way stop sign, so the city pay a consultant to do a traffic study.
Okay.
So we're taking advantage of the project, so TXDOT can reimburse the city 97.6%.
The only cost to the city, Mayor, is $4,395.39
For a traffic light.
for a traffic light at the intersection of,
So a change order is 183,000?
That is correct, yes, Mayor.
What did they do?
We're going to put traffic signals
Where?
on Mile 2 and Inspiration Road.
On Tumalan?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Instead of the four-way stop.
Instead of the four-way stop sign, yes, ma'am.
Okay, we do have a motion, and who seconded?
I did, Mayor.
For approval, Mayor?
Second.
We do have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries.
Thank you, Mayor. I also have item 4.8, change order number 1, removal of additional gas tank at the property of 6th Street and Conway. South Texas Pump encountered an additional gas tank at the property located on the southeast corner of 6th Street and Conway. Tank will be removed and disposed according with the TCEQ regulations. The total amount of the change order is $1,687.50. Change order is less than the 25% cap allowed by the Texas Local Government Code. Staff and city manager recommends approval.
Need a motion to approve the change order?
Move for approval, Mayor?
We do have a motion and a second to go ahead and approve the change order of $1,687.50. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. Item 4.9.
Thank you, Mayor. Item 4.9, authorization to reject and resolicit bids for expansion of the Uval building. The City of Mission has received a total of 5 bid responses. The contractor A1 was found non-responsive due to failure to submit bid bond. Based on prices comparison with existing budget and historical price comparison pricing was determined not to be fair and reasonable. Therefore, staff is seeking authorization to reject and resolicit for bids. Staff and city manager recommends approval.
I move to reject and resolicit
So moved.
Do I have a motion and a second to rebid?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. For item 410, Chief Dominguez.
Mayor, City Council, item 410 is the authorization to purchase one Chevrolet Police Tahoe via Biport Contract 521-16. The Chevrolet Tahoe will be used for patrol purposes. The expenditure will be paid through the City of Mission Capital Assessment Replacement Fund. The total expenditure is $33,340. Staff and city manager recommend approval.
Move for approval, Mayor.
Second.
We have a motion, second to approve the expenditures of $33,340. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Yes, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. 411,
Good afternoon, Mayor and City Council. Item 411 is the tax collection report for the month of March 2018. Total tax levy was $20,063,476.58, and the amount of collections as of March 31st, 2018 is $18,624,469.21. This represents 92.83% of the tax levy. Staff and city manager recommend approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
do I have a motion and a second to go ahead and approve the collection report? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. 4.12, Ms. Vega?
Item 4.12 is approval of attached budget amendments, one in the general fund and one in the capital asset replacement fund. The general fund is a reclassification of $25,000, which is needed for additional civil service testing materials to finish the year. And the capital asset replacement fund is an allocation of $55,000 in expenditures for the purchase of a vehicle for the police department. Staff and city manager recommend approval.
Move to approve, Mayor.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to go ahead and approve the replacement, the capital asset replacement fund of $55,000.
Yes, and the general fund,
All those in
$25,000.
favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. You have any questions?
Mayor, just wanted to invite the public. We do have the Mayor's Prayer Luncheon. This is for Thursday, May the 3rd. It's here at the Event Center. The doors open at 11:30, however, the program starts promptly at 12:05.
Thank you all very much. I need a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and second to adjourn. Motion carries.